Okay. So thanks for having me, Mr. Soderback. I appreciate you having me here along with the other teacher. I think you were you waiting on one more, Mr. Query?
Yeah, but I don't think he's going to show, so that's all right.
Okay.
We'll,
That's
we'll go talk to him individually.
no worries. Okay. So I think I have about 25 minutes. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, sounds
30.
good. All right. So, in conjunction with National Apprenticeship Week, which occurred last week, you guys have been having other apprenticeships come in and speak. So, I'd like to talk to you about the electrical apprenticeship. I'm with Electrical Training Institute of San Diego and Imperial Counties. I'm the outreach coordinator. I am a journeyman sound technician. So, I went through this very apprenticeship that I'm going to talk to you about, and I absolutely loved the apprenticeship. Not only did it give me a sense of pride in the work that I was working on, but it also gave me a trade that nobody can ever take away from me. So it's kind of like riding a bicycle. You learn to ride a bicycle, you don't ride for a while, you can get back on the bicycle. You're a little rusty, right? But it's something that you will always remember how to do for the rest of your life. This is how this electrical trade is. So, from day one, if you get into the apprenticeship, we're training you to be the best electricians everywhere. So, once you become a journeyman, you can go anywhere in the United States and travel as an electrician because of the training that you receive here. And I like to say that this electrical apprenticeship is kind of like the Harvard of all the schools. We're the best. We are the best because our standards are very high. Yes, it is difficult to get into this program, but totally worth it if you can get in. So I'm going to try and go over in 20 minutes or so how to get into the apprenticeship, what an apprenticeship is, and the benefits of it. Okay. So take note on the bottom there, etiedu.org. That's our website. I also put it in our chat room. Our chat room has the website and my name. Okay. And you can contact me anytime. C Marquez at sdett.org. C Marquez at sdett.org. Contacting me anytime. I'll be happy to assist you. So there is a partnership that we have with IBEW, which is the Electrical Workers Union, right here on the left, and NECA, National Electrical Contractors Association. Because of the partnership that we have with them, we are able to give you a free education. Yes, you do not pay for school, and you're earning college credits. So although you're going to school here in Kearney Mesa off the 15 in Balboa, you're accruing college credits from Palomar Community College. So when you graduate from our program, you're only a few classes away from getting your associate's degree. And it's an awesome opportunity because it's free. So it's free because of the partnership we have with IBEW and NECA. And I can't reiterate that enough. I know when I first heard about it, my first thought was, how is this free? Nothing in life is free. It is free. There's only a few things that you pay for. You pay for your books every semester, about $100 to $150 a semester. You pay for your tools. And a lot of times the tools that you need, you can borrow from a friend or a family member until you can buy your own. Okay. The only other thing that you pay for is your dues. Your dues are what help you get the free schooling. Your dues also include your medical, so you can go to the doctor if you need to. You have dental, so you can get your teeth checked, and you have eyes, so you can take care of your eyes and get glasses or contacts if you need it. That's all included in your dues, and your dues are $51 a month. That's it. That's it. So you pay for your dues, $51 a month. Your books, about 100 to 150, and your tools. Okay, that's it. That's all you pay for, and you're earning college credits. So yes, we are very similar to to college, but we're different in that we don't cost anything. Okay, so what is an apprenticeship? An apprenticeship, you're working during the day, Monday through Friday. We put you to work. Okay. If you work nights or if you work weekends or if you work overtime, you get paid extra money. But generally, you're working Monday through Friday, either 7 to 3:30 or 6 to 2:30, depending on what job you're on. You work under the direct supervision of a journeyman, somebody like myself. So you can learn everything that they know while you're out there on the job doing it. And for me, doing the work gets into my brain. It really helps embed into my brain. I know, reading and listening to somebody lecture, it's not as good for me, for myself. And maybe some of you are like that as well. You learn better by doing it, right? And that's our motto, is that you're out there on the job working, you're getting paid while you're working, and you're doing it. So it really gets in your brain. And then you're going to school 2 nights a week, either Monday and Wednesday or Tuesday and Thursday. And you go from 5 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. So you are learning it at the school, in the textbook, in the lecture, and in our labs, and you're learning it on the job. So there is a lot of similarities, like I said, with apprenticeship and college. With college, you have to pay for your school, right? Unless you're able to get a scholarship or grants or something like that. But it's kind of rare to get your college paid for, right? It's difficult. So I wanted to show you this diagram. This diagram here on the right, the black line, that's the $0 line. The beige line underneath that is the college student. They're going to school and then maybe they could work a little bit, but they're not really able to afford paying for their whole school. So they probably have student loans or financial aid, right? So they're in the negative. They negative 10,000, 15,000, 20, $25,000 until they graduate, right? Then here's the apprentice, the blue line. The apprentice is never in the negative. Why? Because they're working, they're getting paid, and they're going to school, and the school is free. So they never accrue a debt. And that's the main difference, along with learning a trade, right? You're learning something that you can do for the rest of your life. This is a career, people. This is something you could do for the rest of your life and make great money. All right. So I'm going to go over what programs we have. We have 2 programs. 5-year Inside Wireman program. And I'm going to tell you about each one of these. Then there's the 4-year Sound in Telecommunications. That's the program I went through. It's considered low voltage. Then this one under here is Pre-Apprenticeship. This is perfect for those that are just graduating high school. Perfect for you to get into this program. We have it once a year towards the end of August. So after you've graduated high school, you can apply for the pre-apprenticeship, and it's not as big of a commitment as the 5 or the 4-year. It's an 8-week commitment. That's it. So the first 6 weeks for the pre-apprenticeship, you're here at our school and you're lecturing and you're getting certifications in first aid, CPR, OSHA 10, exothermic welding, and you're learning the hands-on basics of the tools and how to wire up switches and receptacles. And then the last 2 weeks of the 8 weeks, you go out to work paid with one of the contractors. And all of them that we've sent out for the pre-apprenticeship, they've kept working. And we've had 2 classes now. So all of those pre-apprentices who went out and were just guaranteed 2 weeks of work are still working. And some of them are now apprentices. I think about 5 of them are apprentices now. So we're super proud of them. The pre-apprenticeship is a great opportunity if you're not 100% sure and you want to gain some experience. So what is the 5-year Inside Wireman? The 5-year Inside Wireman is a commercial electrician, basically. So you could be working on at a hospital. You could be working at a biochemic company that makes, the vaccine for COVID. I know I worked at Lilly Biotech, and I had to install temperature controls for freezers that had to be at like negative 120 degrees Celsius. So that's some of the stuff that you could be doing. Also with commercial electrical, you could be doing the basics, lights, right? The fans, the switches that turn the lights on and off, the receptacles that you plug your cell phone into. You'll be doing that, a lot of that. And we train you how to do that. You don't have to have any experience if you get into this program because we will train you. There's also certifications that you will gain that are invaluable, especially to your contractor. They will pay you that really good money because they know the type of training that you're receiving here at ETI. We're really big on training in renewable energy like solar and wind and tidal. Tidal is what, like they have these paddles underneath the water and it's created by the waves that are underneath the water and that creates power. Any sort of motion can create power actually. So here's the good part, the pay, right? So with your first day on the job, if you get into the apprenticeship, you start at $19.06 an hour. So you, as a graduate of Vista High School, can be making $19.06 an hour at age 18 after you graduated high school. Not only are you making good money, but you're going to school, right? 2 nights a week, and you have benefits. So you don't really have to rely on anybody else. You'll be fully independent. You'll be making good money. You'll have your medical, you'll have your dental, you'll have your vision. And I'm not sure if any of you know what a pension is, but a pension is for retirement. So from day one, you start earning towards your retirement with the pension. And after 5 years, you're able to move that or transfer it or whatever you want. You're what they call vested. When you so you get regular raises every 6 months in this program. As long as you're working and going to school, you get regular raises. You don't have to ask for the raise. You get the raise automatically. And that's huge. It's such a good feeling knowing, oh, I'm getting a raise next week. You don't even have to ask for it. So when you're done after 5 years, you're at $47.67, 65 cents, 47.65, sorry. That's great money. It's about $112,000 a year as an electrician. And that's because of the training that you've received here. So like I said, yes, it's difficult to get into. It's very competitive. However, totally worth it. This just has to be something that you want to do. I don't want you doing it because of the money. I want you doing it because you've always liked building things. You've always liked working with your hands. It's something that you would be proud of, you know. If you got onto the job working to build the San Diego State Aztec football stadium that's coming up, that's something you could drive by every day and say, I helped build that. Proudly, you would say that. And I know that, you know, I've helped do some things at Petco Park, the Padres Stadium, install some of the TVs there. And every time I walk in there, I'm like, yeah, my fingerprints are on some of that work that I did. And I'm proud of it. And that's the awesome thing. You get onto a job site and it's just a dirt lot and you see the plans and you're looking at it going, wow, this huge building is going to go here in this dirt lot. And it's an amazing feeling. I remember the first time I stepped onto a construction site and I was just very overwhelmed. It was the football stadium that they built at Southwestern College. Not sure if any of you have been to Southwestern College, but the football stadium there, I helped install the speakers there. I helped install some of the TVs and the speakers in the locker rooms. And then I helped install all the controls for the sound system units in the announcer's box. So that was an awesome project to work on. So every time I drive by that Southwestern College, I'm like, that was my first job. And feel free, if anybody has any questions, you can write it in the chat room and I'll take a look at the chat when I'm done with my little presentation here. So I'm going to move on to the next program, the 4-year Sound and Telecommunications. Here's some pictures from the inside wireman. The 4-year Sound and Telecommunication is, like I said before, the low voltage program. They get certified in fire, so fire alarm systems. Every building needs a fire alarm system, right? So you'll never be out of work when it comes to that. They get certified in copper cabling or Ethernet, which is data cables, right? We all live on data. We're using it right now. We're using it right now to communicate. So the sound and telecommunications apprentice gets certified in copper cabling, which is data. They also get certified in installing audio, like speakers and video, televisions. So if you've ever been to Petco Park, you'd see the big screen out in left field. Our apprentices and journeymen installed that TV, that huge jumbotron out there. That's something that you could do, and so many people use it, right, when they're at the games. So that's a cool project I never really got to work on, but I got to work on the TVs there. And this picture here is a lab that we have for our apprentices to learn about fire alarm systems here at the school. I'm wondering how many of you have been to our school before. I think that we had some Vista high school students here last year for National Apprenticeship Week.
Yeah, we brought down, I think, about 24 or so.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah, I love having students here. We still could bring students here if you wanted. It just has to be like groups of 5 or less.
Yeah,
So,
I think what we're going to be doing is we'll probably be waiting for next year.
yeah.
I don't know if we can get anything approved right now, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, no
But
worries.
yeah, but we definitely want to come back down again next year with a crew. I think it's one thing to hear about it. It's another thing to see it in person.
It makes such a difference when they see it in person. I know when I first came here, I was in awe just to see all the labs and the type of stuff I'd be working on. I was like, I want to start now. So, yeah. I'm going to talk about the 4-year sound and telecommunications. This is the program I went through. So they start at a little higher rate, excuse me, $22.07. And why do they start at a higher rate? Because they only get a raise once a year. So once a year, they get a raise. They don't have to ask for it. Same benefits as the inside wireman. And when they're done and considered a journeyman, they're making $33.95. It's about $89,000 a year. $33.95. That's still great money. So the inside wireman program, we have about 415 apprentices in that program. And this program, the sound and telecommunications, we have about 70. So it is a smaller, more tight-knit group. And in the 4-year sound and telecommunications, they're specialized in what they do. And they're specialized in what they do because they feel very comfortable working with the fire alarm systems, the telephone, the video, the audio, and even fiber optic. They get certified in fiber optic as well. And they're very comfortable working all of that because they get full semesters in all of that and certified. So the inside wireman can do everything that the sound and telecommunications apprentice can do. However, they don't feel as comfortable doing it. They just don't. Here's some examples of some of the 4-year sound and telecommunications labs that we have. They get to practice on all of this. And actually these two right here, the black wire and the blue wire, is actually at a school, Claremont High School. John Campbell, our sound and telecommunications coordinator, and myself, we work together as apprentices. This is some of the work that we did together. And now we work together here at the school again. And this lab right here is one of our smaller shops. We have 2 shops. Here, the apprentices are practicing installing their own drywall so they can cut holes into it, like this one right here, to install devices. So we give them as much opportunity to practice at school so that when they get out onto the job, they kind of understand what they're doing. But remember, you're working with a journeyman, so that journeyman is there every step of the way to assist you. So here's the pre-apprenticeship. I already kind of went into this one. It's 8 weeks. And remember, the first 6 weeks is in classroom and hands-on training at the school. And then the last 2 weeks is guaranteed work. After that, it's up to the contractor if they want to keep you and keep you going. And like I said, every single one of our pre-apprentices have kept working after the 2 weeks. And it's because I think the reason it's because is because we get them really ready to be out there on the job, even though they've never actually been out on a construction site. And that's because of the first 6 weeks of getting them ready here at the school. So it's a great opportunity if you don't want a huge commitment to 4 or 5 years in the apprenticeship and you just want to try and get into the pre-apprenticeship. It's still the same application process, but definitely easier to get into because you don't have to take the aptitude test and you don't have to interview. And you're probably like, what is the aptitude test and the interview? Well, that's part of this right here, the application process. So what do I need to apply? Okay, you need to graduate first. Once you graduate, then you can request your high school transcripts. On those high school transcripts, what are we looking for? We're looking for your graduation date, number one, right? And number two, we're looking to see that you have Algebra 1 for 1 full year. Mr. Soderback, do you guys have algebra or do you guys have integrated math on your transcripts?
We have integrated math on our.
Okay.
So the integrated 1 is what you're looking for.
Okay, I thought it was integrated math 2 for Algebra 1.
I think it's something like that. I'd have to talk to one of the counselors.
Yeah, so if that's the case, the students may need to get the counselor to translate and say that Algebra 2, integrated math 1 or integrated math 2 is equal to Algebra 1 or higher. Yeah. Yeah, so that's something we've been running into because they've changed that on a lot of the schools. And who knows, maybe we'll be able to adapt and say, okay, this school is integrated math 2 is basically Algebra 1. So that's what we're looking for on the transcripts. Algebra 1 or higher, and you have to have graduated and you need to be 18 or older. Anybody who graduates and they're 17, you can still apply. It's just that once you go through the whole process, you can't start working until you're 18. That's the main thing. So once you submit those documents, then we'll give you a PIN number, and then you can apply online from your house or wherever. Okay. And then once you apply, then we'll schedule you for an aptitude test. The aptitude test consists of math and reading. And on the math, this is what you need to practice. I'm telling you right now, math. Basic math, right? Algebra. So order of operations, that's a big one. And then the Pythagorean theorem. And then fractions to decimals, decimals to fractions. Okay? So stuff that you probably never thought you'd have to do, you'll have to do, like the Pythagorean theorem. And a little bit of trigonometry, graphing, and the cosine tangent. So keep that in mind. Math is pretty important in electrical industry. And I'll tell you now, I am not very good at math, but I was able to do it because of the training and because they offer free tutoring. I definitely use the tutoring. So once you pass the aptitude test, then you'll get scheduled for an interview. It's a panel interview. There's about 6 to 8 people interviewing you all at once. And at this point, I hope you would have contacted me so that I can help you prepare for the interview, because I want the younger generation to get into this program. We need more young people to get into this program because the older foremen and general foremen and journeymen are starting to retire now. We need the younger generation like you guys to get in there, okay? And that's why they formed my position, so I can get more the younger generation in. So if you get into the apprenticeship, that's awesome. Congratulations. That's a huge step. Now, once you graduate, then you're a journeyman, and you can stay a journeyman and make great money, either $33.95 or $47.65. Either one, right? Great money. But this opens the door to so many opportunities. You could be a foreman, a general foreman, a superintendent, an inspector, an electrical engineer, an architect, a company owner. And it's not one particular route that you have to go. I know somebody who graduated a year after me. He took his general contractor's classes and test and became a company owner 1 year after he was a journeyman. I know a lot of people who graduate and then a week or two later, their company gives them another raise to be a foreman, which is like a supervisor. they give them a work phone, they give them a work truck, and they give them an iPad, and they're running a small crew. And that happens a lot. Why does that happen? Because as an apprentice, they show that they're a leader. And when they become journeymen, they're ready to lead. So we really create leaders if you get into this apprenticeship. And then the rest is just pictures. I'm wondering if there's any questions. I'll look back and see, but I always like to show these pictures just to show you an idea. So yeah, this is construction. Yes, it's hard work. But if you think about it, why is this free? This is free, and all we expect from you is to work hard. Show up, work hard, and learn and go to school. That's it. There's no catch. It's a great opportunity. And I don't know if you can tell, but I'm really passionate about this. And I'm passionate about this because it changed my life. So I didn't actually get into this program or know about it until I was 35. So at age 36, I was a first year apprentice. So my goal is to convey to you guys how awesome of a program this is and to really look into it. Okay. And if you don't want to get into the electrical industry, there is 22 apprenticeships. 22 apprenticeships in Southern California that you can get into. Ironworkers, carpenters, drywallers, heavy machinery operators. I mean, you name it, there's an apprenticeship for it. So just be open-minded and try and look at all of them and really decide. Don't base it on the money. You need to find what makes you happy and then go for it. Okay? All right. So I'm going to look. Do I have some chat? Let's see. Diesel mechanic. So there is mechanic schools. However, I don't know if there's any mechanic schools that have the same model like ours, where the school is free.
Yeah, I don't know about any mechanics programs that follow the apprenticeship model.
Yeah, I don't believe there is any free diesel mechanic or mechanic apprenticeships that are free. I'm pretty sure you have to pay a hefty amount of money, at least $10,000 to $15,000.
Yeah, the closest one I've got is going to be the diesel program out at Palomar College.
Yeah. So that, I don't know how much their credits are. When I used to go there, the credits were $12 a credit. So
I think they're like 46, 47 bucks a credit.
Okay, yeah. So they've gone up significantly. But yeah, I mean, Palomar is a great school. Obviously, I'm a little partial to it. One, I went there, and two, that's where we gain our credits from. But it's a great opportunity for you. I tell people, you need to go to school. You need to learn. You need to further your education. So whether you're lucky enough to be able to pay for and afford to go to a college or a university, awesome, do it. Or if you can somehow get into a school where you can get a scholarship or a grant, even better. But if you can't do that, then I highly recommend looking into getting into a trade like this, because this is a great opportunity. You don't have to pay for school for it to be a good school. It could still be a free school, and you can still have a long, great paying career in it. And yeah, it's definitely changed my life. And I hope that some of you have learned about something new and can look into it more. Don't forget, we're at etiedu.org and take a look at it.
And Tim, do you guys have any more questions from your group over there?
Yeah, please ask away.
Looks like my guys are good.
Cool.
Thank you very much for coming in. I really appreciate that. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity, and I'm really happy that the auto mechanic class is in. I know that you guys learn about safety and tools, and we're always looking for students that are in programs like that. So if you ever have any students that are interested, please throw them my way, or Steve
I definitely will.
has my contact information. Yep. And he knows he can give my number out anytime.
Yeah, we can not only get your number out, but hopefully maybe Tim will have some time for you in the coming weeks ahead. we can expose some more classes to. And this is being recorded, so we can also
Perfect.
show this to students as well, so they don't miss the opportunity.
Yeah.
Well, thanks
Great.
everybody for coming today. I do appreciate it. And thanks to all you students who came to. And again, this is going to be posted up on the Google Classroom and also on Canvas as soon as I can transcode it and figure out how to upload everything.
That's always the fun part. Thank you.
All right.
you very
Thanks,
much.
guys. You have a
Thank
great
you, Christina.
afternoon.
Thank you.